Hi guys, and welcome to another one of your replays. Today, this replay has been sent in by Collassus. We have featured Collassus before in his M103, but this time he is in his Jagdtiger 88, and the Jagdtiger 88 is another tank I do not own yet. After watching this replay, I was very tempted to go out and buy the Jagdtiger 88, especially as it was on special. At the time of watching the replay, but I've spent too much on premium tanks over the Christmas period, so I'm going to leave it for another time. I was very impressed with this tank. The rate of fire is phenomenal, and of course, being a Jagdtiger, the armor is great, but let's just get going. It is a 65%er, but don't let that fool you. The match does not turn out to be a 65%er. We are here on Fisherman's Bay, and it is a tier 8 game with 2 RT on the enemy team. So Collassus starts out by heading over to B1. It would help if I increase the size of the minimap. For some reason the minimap always gets smaller when I'm playing North American replays. It's fine on European replays, so sort it out, North America. Now, when I first watched this replay, I thought that Collassus was just going to take up the usual TD camping spot in B1. But no, I was mistaken. Collassus gets over here and just keeps rolling. Now Collassus is telling his heavy tanks that they aren't snipers and to move. Their T-21 is camping at the back and sniping, so the scout is not going to be doing any spotting for Collassus. Collassus is going to have to do his own spotting. No idea what the AT-7 was firing at, but there are tanks in town. Collassus is relocating to see if he can get shots on them. And we are already down 1 tank. T-25-2.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Look at this rate of fire.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Alright, first kill for Collassus. And yeah, things aren't going so well in town. So the T-21 has moved up. There's a VK also advancing. So Collassus is expecting some spots, but if you look at the mini-map, Collassus' team are being overrun in town. So rather than hanging back and waiting for spots, Collassus immediately relocates. So Collassus sees the danger, he reacts. The 2 heavy tanks that were with him don't. A Cromwell appears to the right, but Collassus is not distracted by it. Collassus has work to do. His team have lost 1 flank, and the rest of his team don't seem to notice. So, the Jagdtiger has incredible frontal armor, but a very weak lower glacis, and a position like this that allows you to hide your lower glacis and only expose the top of your tank is very strong. So Collassus puts his armor and his gun to use here. Look at all those bounces. Collassus hasn't taken any damage yet.
That one bounced. Penetration.
The rate of fire on this tank is just so surprising.
Penetration. Optics hit. Spotting range reduced. Enemy armor is damaged.
So, with his lower glacis covered, there is very, very little that the enemy team can do at this range. They would have to get a very, very lucky shot.
Enemy is hit.
So Collassus is up to 1700 damage already.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And there's his second kill.
Enemy armor is hit.
So, unfortunately, he's given too much of his side to the KV-4. He's taken his first damage, and he pulls back.
Penetration.
So he tracks the T-29. T-29 is dead. Still a KV-4 here. So he is pulling back down the slope. KV-4 has some terrible gun depression, and Collassus is making the KV-4 fight on his terms. But he sees the KV-4 heading to the village and pulls up again, and now he's got flank shots.
Enemy armor is damaged.
So he sets the KV-4 on fire, but he's exposing his lower glacis. KV-4 puts one back in. KV-4 seems to be dead in the water.
Armor is destroyed.
And there we go, kill number 3 for Collassus. And he is up to 3,500 damage. Only one enemy tank left, and Collassus knows where he is. So Collassus showed some really, really good map awareness, reacted to the threat, took up a really, really strong position that was perfect for this tank, and just let his gun do the talking. So one enemy,
They're knocked out.
and there we go. So kill number 4. Now Collassus sent in this replay to me with the title German TD power, and I thought that was too good a title to change. So that's exactly what this replay demonstrates. It turned out that this was his mastery badge, and he ended up getting steel wall, not surprisingly. He finished first on his team by a huge margin. 1370 XP is a really, really good result. 3,705 damage with 4 kills. He fired 19 shots, 16 hits, and 15 penetrations. So this gun is pretty good. It is so tempting, but I've got to resist. 3,705 damage, 13 hits received, and only 4 were penetrations. And those 4 penetrations were basically when he left his hull down position behind the ridge and moved up to take on the KV-4. Most of those hit were non-penetrations, which is what the Jagdtiger is great for. He took almost 3,000 potential damage. He even managed to detect an enemy, damaged 7, destroyed 4, and did 1,523 damage upon detecting, or damage upon tracking enemy tanks. He earned 127,000 credits after costs. Still came out with 118, almost 119,000 credits. So really, really, really good game. 2,055 XP. It wasn't as times 2, and with a premium account. So really, really impressive game by Collassus. Now again, apologies if my voice is breaking a little bit, but I am not well. But well enough to bring this game to you. Well played, Collassus. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.